Try not to take it.
Yes? What is it that you want? Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. Work? I demand tribute before you can be considered for any real tasks. How about drink? None of that local piss. Real Blackbriar mead, fresh from Riften. You better. I hate people who waste my time. You've proven reliable. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Good. My uncle Dengir was Jarl until a short time ago. His old age and failing health caught up with him, and he stepped down. He now serves us honorably as Thane, and to the great benefit of the hold, I now serve as Jarl. Difficult? I'm a Jarl. I eat the most succulent meat, drink the finest ale, and hunt with the best hounds in the hold. Meanwhile, my very capable steward sees to the needs of the small folk, and ensures that my hold runs smoothly. Being a Jarl could hardly be simpler. You should try it sometime. Execute every last bandit. Spare no one.
I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Siggeir and Jarl Dengir before him. It was Dengir who made me a steward, long ago when he was young. When Dengir's health began to fail, young Siggeir was appointed Jarl in his stead. It was simpler just to keep me as steward. Siggeir has no interest in running his hold, and so leaves such matters to me. As for my part, I do my best to see that folk are treated fairly. Many battles have been fought here over the centuries. Graves were dug and monuments built, and the town grew around these. In time, Falkreath came to be known as the Heroes' Graveyard. Many noble jarls and renowned warriors asked to be buried here. Falkreath's reputation has faded somewhat, but the graves remain, reminding us of the one inevitable truth of life. May wisdom forever light your path.
I protect the Jarl, whoever that might be.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengir first, and the Empire second. I was Dengir's personal guard for years. I risked my hide more than once to protect him. Why would I do that? For money? Because I swore an oath? No. it was because he was a good man and a true friend. A true Nord places loyalty and honor above all else. Only inside the gates. Much of Folkvit Hold is wilderness, and there's plenty of trouble to be had. See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Oh, hello there. What can I do for you? Blades, gauntlets, I can forge anything you need. I'm Lord's apprentice, although I've been his for less than a season. Before that, I was with Adriana Venici in Whiterun, and before that, Berend in Solitude. I'm on a sort of pilgrimage. When I'm finished, my family expects me to return to Cyrodiil and take over the forge. My name's Isabel, by the way. Pleased to meet you. Not just any family. Ever heard of the Starblood Forge? My family has been the caretaker of it for centuries. It was made not long after the Oblivion Crisis, and next to the Old Memorial and the Hero statue, it's one of the most iconic landmarks in Kvatch. They say it was built atop a well of Daedric blood, and it's in that well that the weapons are cooled. Some even say that the forge itself is haunted, specifically with the soul of one of my ancestors. Legend has it that when the Daedra invaded, she refused to leave her shop, smithing weapons for the townsfolk until the last man had fallen. That's why only those who share her blood can use the forge, and tradition that the firstborn daughter would be the one to inherit it. That would be me. It's an honor, I suppose. I probably shouldn't have used the word hunted. It's not like that at all. She's more of a guardian spirit. When it comes time for me to inherit the forge, there's a ritual. A test, actually. Like my mother before me, and my grandmother before her, I must craft an object that best represents my ideals and spirit. If the object is deemed worthy, it will earn its place in the Underforge, alongside the blades, shields, and hammers of my ancestors. That's sort of what this pilgrimage is about. I'm here not just to learn from the masters, but to learn about myself. At least, that's what I told my mother. The truth is, I chose Skyrim because of the war, and the chance to forge for true warriors. You know your history. Fact is, they took a lot of cities, Kvatch included. But my mother says they never would have held it. They hear her tell it, we would have taken Kvatch back, if not for the Concordant. And her blades would have killed a whole lot of Talmor. Still, the treaty did give us our home back. And if there's one thing the people of Kvatch know, it's how to rebuild. I know. Some people think it's the pressure or the burden of carrying on the family name. But the truth is, it's the clients. It's not like the Skyforge here. If I took over the family business, I would be crafting swords for nobles. They would be decorative art pieces, locked away in display cases, or mounted over their beds. I would be an artist more than a blacksmith. There'd be no blood on my blades, no chinks in my armor. That's not what I want. I want to craft weapons for heroes. I want to forge weapons that will slay tyrants and craft armor that repels dragon fire. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I've met some pretty smart mud crabs, but none were as sharp as you. The responsibility of the forge would likely go to the next daughter in line, my sister Felicia. A fine choice. She has always been the more creative smith, diamond-encrusted pommels, hilts that shimmered like drake scales. Everything she made was beautiful. And it wouldn't matter that the blades couldn't cut warm butter. Nobody would ever use them for battle. All right. It depends. I've been taught that emotions are a powerful part of smithing. When I craft a shield, I think of a soldier's child praying for a safe return. For a sword, I envision a man getting revenge for a brother's death. When I imagine a soldier marching after battle, or a hero vanquishing a great evil, that's when my hammer feels most inspired. Just to know that I was a part of that it was my steel, it just takes your breath away thinking about it. It's alright, although we've gotten a lot less visitors after the dragon attacked Helgen. That's what I enjoyed most, meeting all the travellers who crossed the border from Cyrodiil and sharing stories of home. But now you're here, and I can tell just by looking at your hands that you've got stories to tell. You don't say. And by the looks of it, you managed to keep your wits about you. Impressive. I probably would have been staring at it. No, not just staring. I'd be completely awestruck. I mean, a dragon. A fairy tale come to life. That's what I'd be thinking right before it turned me to roast. Which is why you're an adventurer and I'm a blacksmith. Blades, gauntlets, I can forge anything you need. Until next time.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
All right, let's see if they serve anything fresh. Unless you intend to bury someone, this isn't the place you're looking for, traveler. Falkreath is known for its graveyard, traveler. We've buried more dead than you can imagine. I just finished giving my old war companion Barrett a proper burial by fire. Old Hardhead hated the idea of being lost cold in the ground. Could you deliver the ashes to Runil, the priest of Archay? He'll know the right blessings to make for Barrett's soul. Thank you. All right, then.
Gust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine. Ah, Barrett's ashes. He was a good man. Not many warriors grow to a fine old age. Thank you for bringing this to me. I'll make sure he gets his rights. Here, for your trouble. Life is far too short, my friend. Don't waste it.
Yes? Keep a song in your heart to ward off the gloom.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Another day in this graveyard.
Falkreath is a fine place to be, Boland.
Falkreath is where people go to die. We could be fighting, taking
I don't like it here. There's too many bugs.
A place where we have good jobs under a good Jarl. Until the war comes to us, we stay put.
A hearty welcome to Falkreath. All of Skyrim's true sons are welcome here. You'll find my brothers Solaf and I are the only true Nords in Falkreath.
If it's a duel you seek, stranger, then I suggest you leave. I am not here to fulfill your desire for pain, or free you from your wretched existence. At least, not today. Ah, yes, and what, pray tell, do you wish to converse about, Politics? Religion? My two favorite subjects. Perhaps you wish to discuss both. How delightful. But why bother with the foreplay? You seek vengeance for your loved ones, that's why you want to talk. That's why everyone wants to talk. Well, you're too late. I am no longer a Thalmor. The clothes are just that. Clothes. I will not discard a perfectly adequate robe. Interesting. I was quite certain this conversation would become gradually more belligerent, not less. Is it possible that there is one individual in this bullnetch of a province that is capable of reason? It is a rather simple matter. I disobeyed a direct order from my superior. I was stationed in Markarth with 2 others. We were investigating a family that kept abnormal hours, staying up well past midnight. Unfortunately, myself and one of the other justiciars got into an argument over the children. The fool thought they were innocent. They were future rebels. The moment we arrested their parents, they would forever despise us. The wisest course was to execute them. The issue was made irrelevant, however, when the entire family was found murdered. That is insignificant. The family was dead and no longer worshipped Talos. Moreover, by letting a murderer run amok, we prevented the family from becoming martyrs. There was just one problem. Everyone assumed I was the murderer. It didn't help that I've been a rather vocal proponent of mass execution. So we decided it was best to use this perception to our advantage. Now, I never confessed to the crime, but I was stripped of my rank and exiled. This gave the perception that justice was served. Only a fool thinks that way. Using death for political gain is not a tactic exclusive to the Thalmor. Ondolamar estimated that Talos worship would decrease by 1/3 in the wake of the murders. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't doubt his calculation. Of course. The Thalmor are not the Empire. We do not share their frothing obsession with bureaucracy. Talk to them and you'll see. Find a soldier and ask him to file a report. Then watch as his mouth becomes a pond of saliva. Although, I suggest you don a helmet in advance. One of those dwarven ones, lest his response shower your cheek. We are the first people, mortals fashioned in the mold of the divines. We don't have to respect anyone save ourselves. That is the whole point for this war, to put everyone in their rightful place. Exactly. And that is the part that those who seek diplomatic strategies will never understand. That you are willing to be run through. They are tolerant because they are afraid. As for the Jarl, it matters not whether Sitgir or Dengir is in charge. Because when 2 buffoons of equally damaged minds vie for a throne, the reasonable citizens lose interest in the process. As such, more voice is given to the fools. And with fools in charge, the law becomes meaningless. Here, power makes the rules. They are not organized. There are only the occasional challenges, brought forth by those emboldened by drink. I usually deflect their taunts and tell them to return in the morning when they have sobered. None ever do. It is a temporary escape. I do not plan on remaining in this hovel of a kingdom beyond the next season. My plan is to return to the Somerset Isle after doing a little sightseeing. I suppose that's the point. A huge cemetery is not something people want to see during wartime. It's bad for morale. There's nothing to tell. They act brave and fight poorly. The last one who challenged me was too busy rattling off the names of the relatives I had supposedly extinguished to even bother raising his shield. I think he was fumbling through what must have been a small army of second cousins when I set his weapon on fire. Yes, and this is after I told him I was no longer a justiciar. But he was a rather stubborn Nord. All right then.
You want to talk to me after everything you've done? I'll show you what I know. Good day. Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village. I'll show you what I know. All right, then.
All right, I'll carry this for you. You go, I'll follow.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
I'm right behind you. What do you want me to carry? You lead. I'll follow.
Divine smile on you, friend. I can teach you a few things. Right then.
They can barely tolerate our presence on Earth. Today, they take away your strength. But for tomorrow, what then?
What is it? What has happened to the Gildergreen? I have traveled long here to worship beneath its branches.
It was taken by a lightning strike.
God's bless
Wish I
you,
had
healer.
time to deal with it, but it's hard enough with all these wounded from the war.
Please, don't just let it stay like this. It's disgraceful.
I really don't have time to deal with you right now. Please just let me get back to my work.
But this is supposed to be your work.
The fever. My body burns.
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy hag-ravens yet? Oh, well, I honestly didn't expect you to come back. Of course, I'm glad you did. Now, I don't really want to touch that thing, though. Do you think you could handle the next steps? Eldergleam's Sanctuary Grove is to the east of here. You can use Nettlebane to retrieve some of its sap.
Was I correct in hearing that you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam? I am a traveler, a pilgrim. I follow the voice of Kinnereth wherever it can be heard. I've dreamed of seeing Eldergleam for years. Might I travel alongside you? I promise not to get in the way. I thank you for your kindness.
That's already.
Come to chat with an old woman, hmm? Do your good deed for the day.
This redwood always asks me if I know this tailor read something to do, or if I visited the Flowery District. He must be very insecure. Yes? I'll carry what I can. You go, I'll follow. Always fun. Alright.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Just hurry it up.
Windhelm has been hard on my people. But our fortunes will turn, and we have shelter and food. Bless you, friend. You've renewed my hope. Before I came into Zenithar's calling, I confess I was a thief. But I learned a few things in my time that might help you survive. Let me show you. I enjoyed our talk.
Getting sick of rabbit. Go tell the commander. I'm sure the food in your arse will take your mind off your troubles. Hope I don't run guard duty. You'd rather be plowing a field? Not me. Victory is yours! I submit!
Was the last of them. Let's be cautious in case there are others.
Victory is yours! I submit!
What you want? Huh? waterfalls.